Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you guys can tell from the title, we are going to be doing a very surprise, natural makeup look, but this time all products from the drugstore. And actually all these products that I'm using today are like kind of like the top ones. Some of them are like first impressions, but a lot of them are things that I feel like are the king products. So if you are into this like natural glowy look, or if you're like a product junkie, I'm gonna talk you guys through all the products and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start with the primer, of course. So this one is Wet n Wild. It's really cool because it goes on like a hydrating primer, but it definitely, I would not call this a hydrating primer at all. It's very skin-like. Like I really love the way it dries down. It's not silicone-y, which I actually don't mind those primers. I really like them because I feel like it really does kind of blur out your pores. You guys know I like to have more like of a glowy base, so I am going to use this one by L'Oreal. It's the True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator Prime and Highlight. So I'm just going to add that kind of to the high points where I want to be a little bit more dewy and where it will really show. So this one is in like the rose goldy shade, and you can just see that it just leaves the skin with a little bit of shine now. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Since I'm putting this before my foundation, it kind of like, you can go a little bit ham on it, a little bit, because the base will kind of tone it down if you feel like you did a little too much. Since this is a very like natural look, I do want to use the Dream BB Fresh. It's like a BB cream basically. Just gonna apply that with my hands. I like to apply things with my hands, and then if I feel like I need to, I just kind of perfect it with a brush. But with these natural looks, I really feel like you can just kind of like use your hands. I don't really mind things to look a little like messy, not perfect. I feel like it looks a little more lived in. And this one is super natural. So I am gonna use concealer because I have, you know, just like a few little spots here and there. And it also has SPF 30, I believe, or is it 20? Yeah, SPF 30. Yeah, that primer really helps this one stick, because sometimes I'll use this without a primer and I don't know, it feels different today. I haven't used those together. For concealer, I've been obsessed with these guys. These are the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I just picked up Fair. I had light medium and it's literally like the color of my skin tone, so I'm gonna show you guys. It's like literally the color of my skin tone, but I really wanted to like brighten, so I picked up Fair just to really highlight under here as well. Oh yeah, see, this is like a good one to highlight. And the other one is like literally my skin tone, so I can kind of use that almost like a spot concealer. Although there's not a ton of coverage, there's definitely coverage. It's not as like, you know, opaque. It's like so hydrating and creamy that, you know, those creamier concealers tend to be less coverage, but it's so perfect for under your eyes if you have dry eyes. Like I have super dry eyes under here. If I smile, it does like those those fine lines are just kind of put on blast. So I've been really loving this one, and I was even using that like light medium shade for under my eyes, but this one is so nice because now like my face is gonna have dimension, especially once I put like bronzer on and stuff. So I really love that. So you can see like it doesn't really cover my spots, almost like a Glossier stretch concealer but in stick form. So I'll use the medium one just to kind of cover any spots that I have. But again, it doesn't give you like the most coverage. It does an okay job. Like say you don't want to wear like foundation, but you have some spots. If you get like your exact match, there's not a ton of shades honestly, but if you do happen to find your like exact match, you can totally just use it. And because it's so like thin, it looks like skin. So it's like a very no makeup look. So I'm gonna use this powder. This is by Neutrogena. It's the Mineral Shears Loose Powder Foundation. And I'm just gonna apply that just to set all these like cream products. This does have color to it, so it's actually gonna give me a little bit of coverage too, but in such a natural way. So this one's really good too for obviously a natural look. And by the way, you guys, I never really talk about my brushes, but e.l.f., that line e.l.f. is like my favorite, and I love the Real Techniques brushes, even though I always call them It Cosmetics. We're we're just kind of blurring out the face so it looks a little more flawless. Mainly concentrating it under here where my concealer tends to crease. It does say that it's like a foundation. That's what I'm saying. It gives you just like a little bit more coverage, but not anything too crazy, so I like that. So now I'm gonna move on to my brows. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. I really love these tiny, fine eyebrow pencils. It's like, you know, the Brow Wiz, or what's my new favorite? Oh, the ColourPop one I'm like absolutely loving. But today we are gonna use this Maybelline one. I recently got my eyebrows done and I swear to God I had to like pluck them this morning before starting this because they were already freaking growing out. It's crazy. I obviously don't need to add too many hairs to like make them a certain shape. I'm just trying to fill in that gap that I have. I always love to pass like a brow gel, a brow pomade, just to make the hairs look a little more like fluffy, a little more natural. I feel like that's kind of key in creating like a natural look. If your brows look too fleeky, like it's not gonna look natural. Like even if you have to fill it in, like your eyebrows aren't as thick as mine, but if you do like this or you back comb it, it's gonna give you some texture and get them looking a little more like wispy. Like I like the hairs to really look hair-like and not like a block, because mine can definitely go into that block territory and it starts looking kind of scary. Okay, so now let's move on to the eyeshadow. I'm gonna use this palette here by Catrice. I know you can get this at Ulta, super like crazy inexpensive. So this is the Nude Blossom collection, and I want to do kind of like, I think the rosy tones are great for like natural looks, so they have a few here that I want to use. I'm gonna take this color in the center. It's like a peachy pink and like peachy nudie pink, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid. And this one has like a little bit of shimmer to it, and I always think when you put a little bit of shimmer in your eyeshadow, like just a hint of it, it looks, I don't know, I feel like your eyes kind of sparkle, your skin looks a little more awake, more radiant. It doesn't have to be like glitter, you know, but just like that nice like satin kind of sheen. And I feel like that's what this palette has, especially in this color. It's so pretty. So I like to put that all over my lid and then kind of cheat it into the crease. So it's like a wash all over. And then I'll just kind of pat it out with my finger. Looks a little more lived in. I'm gonna take a smaller brush, something like this. So I'm gonna take that mauve shade. Ooh, I took a little too much, so let's cut that out. And just apply that on the bottom lash line. Just a hint of color, either a warm tone, a cool tone, rosy, like this kind of mauve shade looks really nice too. Just like makes your eyes kind of jump out, I don't know. Makes a difference to me. Especially once you put mascara, it looks really, really good. Like it's meant to be there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that mauve shade, just kind of like bring it up just to tie it together. And then there's a color here that's called Light. So I'm gonna use that color in the inner corner. Let that open up my eyes. That's really all for eyes. Like you don't really need to do too much. We're just trying to kind of enhance our features. I'm gonna try to use this Maybelline eye tattoo in the inner corner, just because it has a bit more metallicness to it, more beam. So I just put some on the back of my hands and I'm just taking it with like a brush. But you can totally use your fingers. Mine is just like pretty dry now because I've had it for like over a year. I actually learned that trick so long ago. Like I remember reading in a magazine something like that the Victoria's Secret model like makeup artist does that. Since I read that tip, I've been doing it every single time I do my makeup. It just really gives your makeup a fresh look to me. That was a good tip. I literally read it probably back in like the year 2000, like no joke. So now I'm gonna go on to bronzer, contour. So I'm gonna take this little guy from Wet n Wild, Dulce de Leche, and this is the first time using this brush. I love the e.l.f. brushes so much. These ones, especially in this line, like the ones that look like this, feel so soft. Like so pro. So, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but we're gonna try. Yeah, this one is called the sculpting brush. Just really gives me some cheekbones, wow. And then I'm gonna buff it out with bronzer after, so don't worry if that line looks kind of harsh. And then I'm gonna take the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Oh, this smell always gets me. It smells like coconut and it literally takes me back to like a tropical vacation. Like I need to get away, you guys. Do an overall bronze. I feel like adding bronzer just makes you look a little bit healthier. I don't know, something about having a tan. I don't know why that makes you look healthier, but just I feel like it does. So now we have like an overall bronze going on, and of course what really gives you a lot of life to me in my opinion is blush. So I'm gonna take this one. It looks very dark, but so a little goes a long way with this for sure. But I just take it with my finger. It's like a cream blush. It's called Dream Bouncy Blush and it's by Maybelline, and this is in the color Plum Wine. Really natural flush. They used to have these like, I don't know if they still make them, but it was my jam back in like early college days. It was by Maybelline as well, and it was like a moussey texture. Ugh, it was like the perfect cream blush. And I used to put it like as a base, and then I would put like Orgasm by NARS over top. It's like my favorite like flush. But this is really nice too. I like went into Ulta kind of looking for that one, and then I came across this, and it just gives you that nice like flush of color. I'm gonna try this Essence So Glow Cream to Powder Highlighter. I have this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, which is like one of my favorite drugstore highlighters. For being powder, it looks really natural, like a glow from within, so I love this one. And then I saw the cream one, and this one's like more of a pinky tone, so I wanted to try it out today. It's actually really pretty. Kind of reminds me of Beam by, obviously not the formula, but what is it, High Beam by Benefit. I probably have to do this after as well. The Cupid's bow. You guys, I'm really into this cream powder formula. So yeah, now we're all like glowy and highlighty in a really natural way. I really like that. I forgot to add the Wonder Pencil just to brighten up my waterline. This is by NYX. I love this one. I always look scary when I do that. So for mascara, I am gonna use the Colossal Big Shot Mascara. This is by Maybelline. Brows and lashes need to be on point. Fanning them this way and then these this way. I did it in a tutorial, and I don't know, I just really like the look. It just gives your eyes like more of like an almond shape. Or it gives my eyes, I don't know. Look at these lashes, you guys. My goodness, it really like fans them out. So I'm gonna use the Catrice Lash Dresser Comb Mascara, and it has like a little wand like this. And I like that for the bottom lashes. I usually don't get this like precise with my stuff, but you know what, I'm so messy that I'm like, maybe I should just use a separate mascara for my bottom lashes. That will like help even define them a little bit better. All those powders that I put on my face, I really want them to like seep in, even though I do have like some cream stuff on top. But I just feel like putting a spray is always a good idea, and I tend to forget this step a lot actually. But this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. Somebody was wearing this at a party recently, and I was like, I need it. I need that in my life. Ooh, that is a spray. So now that we are all set on our face, yeah, it dries down so nice. I'm gonna take this palette by L'Oreal. It is their like lip palette, and it has all of these like nice nude creamy shades. They do have different palettes, but this one is like the nude one, and I want to do like a really pouty look, so I'm gonna use like a darker shade on the outside and then fill it in with like a lighter one. So I'm gonna take this color here first with number 2, I'm gonna add that to the outside of my lips. I'm gonna take a little bit of 1 as well. So 2 and 1 is going on the outside, just kind of taking a bit of both. And they're like the more brown nudes. So now for the center, I'm gonna take this one, which is like number 6. And it is a true like pinky nude. Some of them are cream in here and some of them are matte. So 1 was cream, 2 was matte, and now this one is a cream. I don't like it to look like lip liner, so I like to just pat it to make sure everything's like blended. But it still gives that illusion that my lips look a little bit bigger. So yeah, you can see it really like makes my lips look bigger than they are without like over drawing them or like making them look fake. It just kind of like naturally looks plump. So I really love that trick. Recently learned this little trick at a Laura Mercier party actually, and I never thought it would look natural, but it actually does if you just kind of like pat and blend. So yeah, I'm into it. This makeup look, super glowy, very natural. You guys know how I do, and very affordable. It's like just so perfect for every day, just enhancing your natural features. Like if you have something that you love on your face, just make them pop, and I feel like you will look and feel your best, honestly. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. Oh, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.